So previously we looked at getting started as a content creator with some Elgato gear, as well as leveling up your setup with some more advanced gear. You should definitely watch those videos, but for now we're going to create a porter rig. A porter rig is my invention to an on-the-go setup that you can take around with you while traveling. Because let's face it, the content grind never stops and you might need to do some work while you're away. This can be customized as you please, but I'm going to show you some staple pieces that I think make great additions to this kind of setup. Scan this QR code here to check out Elgato's products for yourself. But for now, here's my porter rig. It consists of the Elgato mini mount, which holds my microphone like this. We have my camera on its own tripod with a key light mini attached via a cold shoe, so let's break it down. The Elgato mini mount is a fantastic choice to hold your gear such as your microphone, your camera, or your key light. I have my Wave 3 microphone attached with the shock mount to the mini mount, and it's a really nice and secure setup. And also, the Wave 3 microphone is so much lighter to travel with as it doesn't need an XLR. The base is quite heavy, so do keep that in mind in regards to traveling weight restrictions. But because of this weight, it does make a nice secure setup that doesn't leave you with a wobbly microphone or wobbly equipment when placed on a table. The pole is extendable and has a rotatable ball head with a thread so you can screw on your equipment. It also comes with a separate phone clamp so you can mount your phone to it and use your phone camera. A little more on that later. So I like using a proper camera for my content, but in this day and age, the best camera you have is the one in your pocket. I like creating some depth in my videos with a nice bokeh blurred background, so that's why I use a camera. And the best combination is my camera with the key light mini and the cold shoe. I can create such a nice lighting setup with this little guy as it does put out a max of 800 lumens, which is perfect for on the go. And in typical key light format, this little guy can have its temperature and brightness adjusted too. So you can go from a warmer light to a more white light. The key light mini screws onto the Elgato cold shoe and slips into my camera perfectly. The cold shoe is solid quality and quite durable, so the weight of the light on the camera isn't an issue. It does hold itself nice and securely. But let's say you don't actually own a camera, or you just want to use that pocket guy like I mentioned before. Well, did you know that Elgato have an app called EPOC Cam? So EPOC Cam allows you to use your mobile phone as your webcam via Wi-Fi or USB. This is so handy because most people these days do have an iPhone with a great camera, so you don't actually need to travel with your webcam or your normal camera if you use that as your webcam too. You will need a laptop with the Camera Hub software installed, but it does allow you customization options that the Camera Hub software would give you if you were using a face cam. So it's pretty neat if you ask me. So if you were going to do this, ideally you would like to have 2 mini mounts, because one of the best mounting setups for EPOC Cam is actually this. The ability to mount your phone and a key light together on one stand is pretty great. Having the separate stand for your microphone too, like I have here, would make it feel a little bit more complete, but I only have one at the moment, so I will be getting another one. So I'm currently looking at you down the barrel of the Facecam Pro. We do have the porter rig set up next to us, and this has an iPhone on there. It's an iPhone 12 Pro, as well as the key light mini attached to the top via the cold shoe. Now, the Facecam software is amazing, or the Camera Hub software rather. You can have multiple sources open at once. And what we can actually do is I can flick over to the EPOC Cam now through the Camera Hub. So if we click on this, it will flick us over to the iPhone, which is currently on the rear camera. So I just have to flip it around. And now I am looking at you through the iPhone 12 Pro. And to show you the porter rig in action, I've turned off my other key lights. We're going to turn on the key light mini, and it's going to help illuminate a lot more. Now, the selfie camera on my iPhone 12 Pro is not great, okay? We can absolutely see the quality is terrible. But I can up the brightness a little bit more of the key light mini to help brighten my face a little bit more. Now, what I think we will do is actually flip the camera around so we can look through the rear. So you do have to get it in the right position, but this is the rear camera, which should look a little bit better. I can see myself so clearly through the Camera Hub software with EPOC Cam. This is just revolutionary. It's so handy because a lot of people have iPhones. Unfortunately, it's not available on Android yet. Hopefully it will come out soon. But if you do have an iPhone lying around, It's a lot lighter than taking a webcam with you. So you're all set up and ready to record, but there's one sneaky little trick that Elgato also have up their sleeve, and that is Stream Deck Mobile. Yeah, Elgato have an app version of Stream Deck for your phone. The app is subscription based, but it does give you a 30-day free trial. So this could be a really good temporary option depending on what you're doing. So if you do have to travel for a presentation or for work, instead of having to pack a whole Stream Deck with you, you've got it on your phone. So you will need to have your laptop with you with the Stream Deck software installed, and your phone and computer have to be on the same Wi-Fi network, of course. So once you have Stream Deck app loaded on your phone and loaded on your computer, you can jump in and go to add mobile device. On the Stream Deck app, once it is open, you do want to go to the little cog and go to add connection. This will allow you to scan the QR code of the Stream Deck app on the computer. And once you're in, you'll be loaded up. So I have a profile here. I should be able to now start dragging and dropping buttons that will pop up on my phone. So let's say, for example purposes, we want to have my website as a button. That has already popped up on my phone. So if I press this, you can see on this camera over here, it has loaded up my website, which is pretty freaking cool. But this really would be super handy for traveling if you're doing podcasts or live streams in a hotel room. You don't really want to bring all of this equipment with you. Like Stream Deck on your phone. You're taking your phone with you anyway, and you can already have your profile set up ready to go. This is just game changing. And this is a little look at a potential porter rig. So I'm currently recording on an iPhone 12 Pro because that's what I had set up in the porter rig. And I do have obviously the microphone plugged in. As you can tell, I don't have a stand for this because I am only rocking the one stand at the moment, which I need to order another one. However, this is a little bit of a look at what it could potentially put out. It all depends on the device you're recording on, of course. This is an older iPhone, but now if we swap to this. So this is my main camera, which is a Sony ZV-E10 with a 16mm Sigma lens, and you can see the difference between the iPhone quality and this quality, but it is still mashed up onto the same rig. In fact, I'll show you a behind the scenes. So this is the little rig. It is on the mount with the Keylight Mini, and I'm over here. Hello. But this setup is so good for on the go because it allows me to not drop quality in regards to using my camera as opposed to my phone, as that is what I prefer. It sits nicely onto the mount, and the light sits perfectly into my small rig. It's a pretty good setup if you ask me. Elgato really do have full solutions when it comes to aspects of content creation. When you think of the brand, you usually think of the gear that you would have in your permanent streaming setups. But I really encourage you to think outside of the box because they do have ways that you can use their gear in so many different situations. So make your own porter rig and let me know what you have in it because I'd be really interested to know. Thank you so much to Elgato for sponsoring this video, and I really do hope that my porter rig has encouraged you to build your own or inspired you to make one. Be sure to scan this QR code to browse Elgato's website because it does actually really help me a lot, and while you're at it, consider subscribing to the channel as well because we're getting very close to 10k subs, which is amazing. And follow my socials too. I'll catch you in the next video.